Hello, my friends. Thank you for coming back. I really appreciate you guys. The feedback has been great. It makes my heart very happy to see that you guys find some interest in what I do. It just makes my heart very happy. In this video, I'm going to show you the paper sizes and what you need. So if you want to cut your paper ahead of time, you know, you can do that. But we're not going to assemble any pages today. This will be my last video for this week because I'm spending some time with my grandchildren, and so I will do the assembly video next week. But for now, we have a cover, we have covers, we have hinges, we have a book, we have the skeleton of a book. Now what we need to create what's going to go inside the book, which are the pages. So I've pre-cut everything. Base pages, you're going to need 3 at 4.5 by 7. Okay, so this is one part of what you need. 3 at 4.5 by 7. And I just clip things to keep things together. This is also part of the base page. So you need 3 at 4.5 by 8.5. SC means score, just so you get used to my abbreviations. SC is score at a 1/2 inch on the 8.5 inch side. Okay, on this side. So you can either do one of two ways when you're doing this. I'm not very good at math, believe it or not. So when you score at a 1/2 inch on this side, you can do the 8 here, or you can just flip it over and do the 1/2. Either way, it's the same. So it's a 1/2 inch on each side. You know, funny story, I learned how to use a ruler when I started scrapbooking. I had no idea how to use a ruler. Ain't that a shame? So thanks to crafting, I learned how to use a ruler. What the book is going to contain on the inside cover is going to be a waterfall page. So H2O waterfall, and this is the base. So you'll need a base measuring 4.25 by 7.25. And then you're going to need base pages 7 at 4.75 by 4.25. You're going to score a 1/2 inch on the 4.75 side. So you're going to do that to all 7 pages. And then you're going to need a little band, the closure for the waterfall, which is 1.5 by 5.5. And you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the 5.5 inch side. I have my score mark on there. And I will promise I will show you how all this goes together. It takes some time to cut paper, get everything together. My brain functions in a certain way, so you do this how it works for you. You can write the instructions down and then you can do it later. It's totally up to you. So now this is going to be added to page 1. So page 1, flap, one piece at 4 by 7.5, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the 4 inch side. Okay, so SC, we're going to score at a 1/2 inch on the 4 inch side. Okay, and then the second piece for this back pocket of this page, you're going to use one sheet of 5.5 by 4.5, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the 4.5 inch side and score a 1/2 inch on the 5.5 inch side. So you're going to have these cuts, these scores here. Okay, like I said, I promise we will do this together. Now this is for page 2. This book only has 3 pages, so this is, like I said before, the simpler of all the books to do that I've created. So this is going to be page 2. You're going to need 2 at 4.75 by 3.5. Okay, and you're going to, on the 4.75 side, you're going to score a 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, I don't think I did it with this one. I didn't score on this one yet. I didn't score on any of these, so I'll need to score on these. So you're going to score a 1/2 inch on each side. Oh, let's do it now. You know, we had a little, I'm in California, so we had a nice little earthquake yesterday, and we had another little rolling one this afternoon, and my legs still feel like the building is moving. So it's a weird feeling. It's an extremely weird feeling. But anywho, I don't want it to be my own imagination at this point. But it's very eerie. So on the 4.75 side, I'm going to score a 1/2 inch on each side. So I'm going to score a 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch, and I'm going to turn it around and do a 1/2 inch on this side. That's just how my brain functions. And on the 3.5 side, 3.5 inch, we're gonna do a 1/2 inch. So when we're creating pockets, we're scoring 3 sides of the paper, and you'll see how all this will work. Same thing with this. So it's a 1/2 inch on 3 sides, if that makes sense. Okay. And I promise you, this comes with time, so take your time, do it as slow as you need to. You know, I don't want you to feel like you have to do it all right the first time. This takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. And like I said, I've been doing this for over 20 years. So it's been quite a while. This flap for the pocket, it's 4 by 7. And on the 4-inch side, we're gonna score it a 1/2 inch. So we're gonna do the same thing here. So just don't be tough on you. This is all a learning process. God, I swear I still feel like everything is still shaking. It's rolling. It's very, I'm okay when I'm sitting, but when I'm standing, you can really feel it. And then the back of page 2, you're gonna need 2 at 4 and 4.5. And you're gonna score each piece at a 1/2 inch on the 4.5 inch side. And I like to keep these together. And I only wrote it in pen so that it's easier for you guys to see, because if I would have wrote it in pencil, you guys would not have seen it. It would have been really, really difficult. Okay, so back of page 2, page 2. Okay, and all this goes together, flat for pockets. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, this is everything. This flap, I'm sorry, let me do this one more time. The flap, I'm looking at the time at the same time, making sure I'm at 10 minutes. So for page 3, this is the flap at 4 by 7.5. Okay, and you're gonna score on the 4-inch side at a 1/2 inch. And this will be page 3. I should just write page 3 here, just so that it's easier to remember. Page 3. So this is gonna go on page 3. Everything looks like a hot mess right now. I completely understand, but it'll be okay, I promise. Everything will make sense later. Okay, and so we have page 2, page 3. Here is the back of page 3 is a flap. You're going to need 1 at 4.5 by 7. You're gonna score a 1/2 inch on the 4.5 inch side. You're gonna need another piece at 5 by 4.5. You're gonna score at a 1/2 inch on 4.5 and a 1/2 inch on the 5 inch. And these are flaps, you're gonna need 2, okay? There's your page for flap 3. I'm trying to keep everything together because I'm approaching the 10-minute mark very soon. And back cover for the pocket, which meaning the back cover of the book, 1 at 6 by 4, and we're gonna score a 1/2 inch on the 6 inch and 1 on the 4-inch side. We're gonna create a belly band for the closure of the book, okay? And all of these from this point forward are all scraps that I've used from paper that I just cut to make these pages. So never throw away your scraps, you can use them. So this measures 2 by 12, and on the 12-inch side, which is the long side, you're gonna score at 1 3/4, at 3, 8 1/4, and 9 1/2. This is your belly band, your closure. And these are booklets that we're gonna put inside of the book. For page 2, you need 2 at 4 by 7, and you're gonna score at 3 1/2. Okay, you need 2 of those. You'll need 1 for the base. You need 3 of these base page mats, 4 1/2 by 7. These will be inserts that will go inside pockets. Again, this will all make sense once we start putting things together. And then the page 1 mat is 4 by 7. Page 3 mat is 3 1/2 by 7. And a photo mat for the back pocket is 4 1/4 by 7. A photo mat is where you're gonna adhere your pictures. That's all a photo mat is. You can do pictures, journals, whatever you would like. I know it sounds kind of fast, but I need to keep these videos at 10 minutes or less, and I'm very quickly approaching that. So I hope this helps. Pause the video as often as you need to, record what you need to record, write down what you need to write down, and the next video we'll start assembling. Thank you so very much, guys. I appreciate you. Bye.